Fighters towing the line, round number 1. Fast start off and scratch for Bradley Taylor. He's in the gray trunks and he drops Dan Mohamed, who's in the white trunks.
That didn't take long.
Mohamed now taking the mandatory 8 from referee Harvey Hara. Taylor back to the inside from the half-tie plum. Heavy turn, huge right hand. Dipping his head and swinging is Dan Mohamed. Right hand knockdown number 2. Ruled as a slip by Harvey Hara. But the smear of blood across the face of Dan Mohamed.
Face is a wreck already.
So this was ruled a slip and now a medical timeout off of the slip called by referee Harvey Hara.
Hopefully that's below the eye.
The clearance from the ringside physician, this fight will resume.
And Taylor should jump all over his opponent.
Time in, huge right hand, now that is knockdown number 2.
Mohamed in a world of hurt.
Breaking off his count is Harvey Hara, and just like that, now 2-0 in BKFC is Bradley Taylor.
And you can see Mohamed is still hurt. That was a good job by the referee of stopping him. Mohamed, I don't think he knows where he is right now. Moving very gingerly, very confused.
First round victory was a 24-year-old from England, Bradley Taylor. He is most definitely a fighter to watch. BKFC stacked bantamweight division.
Taylor came out exactly the way we like to see fighters. Came right away with hard punches, pushed the pace. You never know how someone's going to react in their first BKFC fight. It's your job to give them a way out. If they get hit with a couple hard shots and they think this is not for me, Taylor gave him that opportunity, landed some good shots and took him out.
Chris, I really love England. Great crowd support.
I mean, you better say that. You married someone from England.
This is very true.
It would be no good if you said, I cannot stand England. It's the worst country out there.
Such a great sporting crowd. They love their football, their soccer. They obviously love their fighting as well. That was well said, Chris.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 43 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by TKO, Bradley Taylor.
Absolutely loved what we saw from Taylor. He came right away, pushed that pace, tried to land hard shots. That's what BKFC is all about.
Blood on the chest of the victor, Bradley Taylor, but it's the blood of his now defeated opponent, Dan Mohamed. Rapid fire start off of scratch for Bradley Taylor. A knockdown, and then the finish. 2 knockdowns, and now 2-0 in BKFC is Bradley Taylor. The winner, by way of first round TKO, Bradley Taylor defeats Dan Mohamed.
We are all the way live from Satellite 5. I'm Brian Sosha, and as always, so much to get into this week on the Bare Knuckle Show. We're glad you're hanging out.
Bare Knuckle just takes one shot. If he can land a good shot, he can do some damage.
6 new major signings, a new location overseas that we're going to be doing.
It gives me so much more energy and reason to go ahead and do what I do.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! It's inappropriate. Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
In the cruiserweight division, Stevie Taylor versus Jakob Kosinski. Our tale of the tape is presented by Kurgo.
Huge reach advantage for Taylor. 11 inches, that is massive. He needs to stay outside. It's only a reach advantage if you use it like so. He's got to stay long and make his opponent pay for coming in.
From Poland, Jakub Kosinski, set for his BKFC debut. Kosinski, a very good MMA fighter. 10-0 is in Amian mixed martial arts, 2-0 professional mixed martial arts. In BKFC, Chris, that might mean a lot. It might mean absolutely nothing.
Well, he's undefeated, and that does mean something, in my opinion. He knows how to win. Sometimes we have fighters making upside-down records. I don't care how many tough guys you fought. You get used to losing, and it becomes almost something you accept. This guy, nothing but wins. He seems to me like he knows how to win. That's big when it comes to any style of fight.
From here in England, Stevie Taylor, now set for his debut fight in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Taylor, very impressive in his pro boxing career. He has amassed a record of 7-2.
And boxing's always very interesting. A lot of people see a lot of fighters who have a record of 20-0. And that's great to see, because a lot of times when you have that, they haven't fought anybody with a winning record. You can have a guy who's 7-2 or 10-3, but they could have fought 10 tough fights. You never know until you really dig deep and look into these guys, how important that record really is.
This is intriguing at 205 pounds. Englishman Stevie Taylor versus the fighter from Poland, Jakub Kosinski. To get us started, Haas, right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our fifth bout of the evening, presented by Cargo in the BKFC Cruiserweight Division. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the black trunks, his official weight of 192.2 pounds, hailing from Poznan, Poland, introducing Jakub Kosinski. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing the black and silver, his official weight of 193.4 pounds, hailing from Darwin, England's United Kingdom, introducing Stevie Taylor. Your referee in charge is Alan Jackson.
Alan Jackson sending both fighters back to their respective corners before calling them up to scratch.
They're ready to go, though. They keep trying to come forward. I think this is going to be a fast-paced start.
See the movement in his corner for the pole, Jakub Kosinski. Now both fighters towing the line, round number one. Black and silver trunks for Stevie Taylor. Black trunks for Jakub Kosinski. Huge right hand lands by Kosinski. More big shots now from Jakub Kosinski. Counter left hook from Stevie Taylor. Taylor on the right hand. There were two right uppercuts from Kosinski.
Cannot believe Taylor did not go down from that right hand.
Left hook on the entry for Jakub Kosinski. Good separation from Alan Jackson.
Good job for Taylor just to gain his wits. He got hit with a massive shot.
On the left hand, counter right hand. Stevie Taylor lands with his back against the rope. Thudding uppercut to the head from Kosinski. Taylor to the body.
This is exactly the start I thought we'd see.
Kosinski cut outside of his right eye. More step-in pressure from Jakub Kosinski. Taylor pulling back the right hand now off the jab. 65 seconds remaining, round number one. Huge overhand right, just off the mark from Kosinski. Kosinski in the head movement. With the jab to the body, left hook from Stevie Taylor circling out. Swing and a miss from Kosinski. Left hand again from Kosinski. More power punches, power punch right back from Stevie Taylor.
Taylor trying to use that reach, trying to keep long, trying to stay away from the inside power that Kosinski has.
Left hand from Taylor. Caught Kosinski on the entry. Kosinski resetting in the mid-range. Taylor from the center circle now coming forward. Closing stages in a phenomenal round number one. Blood now pouring from the cut just above the right eye of Jakub Kosinski. There's the 10-second clack. Double jab from Taylor staying on the outside. See the blood on the left bicep of Taylor. It's Kosinski's blood. That ends round number one.
What a round. A lot happened there. Right from the beginning, Kosinski, I thought he was going to get a knockdown for sure. Taylor did an amazing job of not tasting that knockdown, not getting on the canvas. Beautiful right hand landed right on the button. Taylor has got some very good whiskers to be able to withstand that and not go down and be able to come back and still be very good the rest of the round. Good thing he was able to grab onto Kosinski and hold himself up, and then landed a lot of good right hands of his own and beautiful left hook several times. Kosinski's got to work to get inside, and when he does, he's got to unload those punches. He cannot sit right in front of his opponent with the longer reach.
High octane round number one. We are set for round number two. Second round underway. Left hook lands Stevie Taylor. Taylor lands another left hand, right hand. Kosinski to the body, to the head. Counter to the head from Stevie Taylor. Spin jab from Taylor. Kosinski walking through it, back to the mid-range. Comes Jakub Kosinski.
Taylor needs to land punches and stay on his bike and move. He wants to make Kosinski keep stepping forward every time he resets.
A tight striking guard for Stevie Taylor. See the much more open, wide guard for Jakub Kosinski. Hook just off the mark. The right hand left hook. The punch fully landed. Taylor pulling back that left hand mid-flight. Jab to the body from Kosinski. Left hook, Taylor. 65 seconds remaining, round two. Kosinski trying to find himself in the clinch. He does so there. And then the neck goes Taylor. Smart defensive clinch from the Englishman, Stevie Taylor. She's going to miss from the pole on the turn. Jakub Kosinski resetting.
The blood over the right eye of Kosinski is starting to bother him. He keeps wiping it.
Swelling under Stevie Taylor's right eye. Left hand. Kosinski landed that flush. Tuck under from Taylor. Taylor trying to counter with his back against the ropes. Heavy pressure again from Kosinski, chest to chest. Good refereeing from Alan Jackson, keeping this fight moving. Overhand right not getting through from Taylor. That was on Kosinski's left shoulder. Chris Kosinski is bombing that right hand.
Desperate to land it again. Every time he lands, it does damage.
Taylor starting to get his defensive timing of the Kosinski big right hand. Simultaneous hooks. That ends round two.
When Taylor's on his bike, when he avoids punches and moves, he lands a lot of left hands. Really frustrates Kosinski, but he's got to keep doing it. He cannot just sit there and trade. Let Kosinski get to the pocket. That's what Kosinski does his best work. From time to time, Taylor is utilizing that reach very well. He'll land good jabs, he'll stay long, he'll move, then every now and again he just sits and plants. And when he does that, that's Kosinski's chance to get inside and do damage. It's easy for me to sit here and say Taylor needs to be more active and needs to move more, but Sean, it's so much fun just to sit and trade sometimes.
This is definitely a fun fight through the opening 2 rounds. Chris, you say that as a man who won all of those trading exchanges throughout your pro combat sports career.
I just love doing it. It's hard to be smart. I was not a smart fighter. I knew how to. I just didn't like to do it.
Medical timeout called by referee Alan Jackson. Medical assessment from the ringside physician of Jakub Kosinski. She was obviously the cut just above Kosinski's right eye.
Let's see if that makes Kosinski want to come out there and try and finish the fight quickly.
The start of round number 3. Right hand from Kosinski. We're looking to counter from range. The body goes Kosinski. Kosinski hard on the entry, got the right hand through. Naked right hand lands from Taylor. Left hand from Jakub Kosinski. That took Taylor firmly off his striking line. The duck under now from Stevie Taylor. Defensive clinch on the reset. Center circle. 25 remaining round 3. Jab from Kosinski off the mark.
You can tell Taylor felt something he didn't like. He's on his bike moving a lot more often.
Left hand getting through from Taylor on the separation. 1-2 from Kosinski. See that disciplined, high-tight striking guard of Stevie Taylor. Medical timeout again being called by referee Alan Jackson. Cut absolutely pouring blood.
The only good news, it's not going directly in the eye because it looks like it might be just underneath it. I'm hoping.
This fight will continue.
I mean, Taylor knows now both eyes are cut. He has to go for both. He's got to get out there and land some hard shots.
Time in. Double left hand landed by Stevie Taylor. Kosinski now grabbing at his right shoulder. Alan Jackson asking him if he wants to fight. Kosinski coming forward to the mid-range, right to the body, right to the head from Jakub Kosinski. Left hand from Kosinski on the turn from Stevie Taylor, right hand. 35 seconds remaining round 3. This is an outstanding fight. Right hand from Taylor, left hand from Kosinski.
Kosinski just stalking his opponent, coming forward, pushing the pace the entire time.
Alan Jackson getting the break with some adversity, telling both fighters, listen to my instructions. Kosinski cut in and around both eyes. This is with that right hand. Third medical timeout, now called by referee Alan Jackson.
Surprised they stopped it. There's only a few seconds left in the round.
This fight has been ended, and the victory for Stevie Taylor. Position stoppage TKO. Extremely well and hard fought from both men.
Those guys came to fight. They went out there and banged it out.
A class from Stevie Taylor, not only walking through a massive right hand in the opening stages of this fight, but no overt celebrations on the position stoppage.
And you can see Kosinski hurt his right arm. He threw a punch. I'm not sure exactly what happened. You can tell there was a period there. I didn't know if he was going to be able to fight, but he sucked it up. He kept fighting. Didn't look like it bothered him after that. But wow. These guys came to fight. I love this card so far. Every fight has been phenomenal so far.
Stevie Taylor, 7-2 in pro boxing, now 1-0 in BKFC, not without adversity. Jakub Kosinski, the poll showed his massive punching power, especially that hard right hand.
And nothing can be worse for you than coming right at the very beginning of a fight. You're kind of cold. You're not sure what BKFC is all about. You get cracked with the right hand. You got to be thinking, what am I doing here? Why did I do this for? But Steve Taylor did a great job of getting up, holding himself up, not tasting the canvas, regained his composure, and looked fantastic the entire fight.
BKFC's Prospect Series is, of course, about winning, but beyond that, it's about going all out. David Feldman, our founder, our CEO of BKFC, no doubt, showing his approval of both Stevie Taylor and Jakub Kosinski. Kosinski stopped due to those cuts. Round number 3 in the closing seconds, but he still gave an outstanding performance and quality. Stevie Taylor, again, walking through that thudding right hand at the opening of the fight to claim the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 1 minute and 51 seconds of round number 4. The ringside doctor has put a stop to the contest as the red corner was in no position to continue. Therefore, your winner, Stevie Taylor.
Very impressed with Stevie Taylor for his first BKFC fight. Showed a lot of composure. He's going to be a problem for a lot of people in that weight class.
Jakob Kosinski showed his power. Stevie Taylor showed his durability, started to control from range, and landed clean throughout. The winner, by way of third round TKO due to physician stoppage, Stevie Taylor defeats Jakob Kosinski.
Fight fans of Hollywood! Big shots and down goes Louis Lopez.
I'm gonna put this guy out in front of his hometown and they're not gonna fucking like it.
It's not what makes me think I can beat Kai Stewart, that I know I'm gonna beat Kai Stewart. It's already written. All that tough talk, the knuckles speak for him. 100% finish there.
We'll see what kind of punishment he's willing to endure. I know which kind of punishment I'm willing to endure.
Hey Richardson, listen, es mi momento, es mi tiempo, y eso usted me lo está aguantando.
There's the left hand and the right hand by Warren.
I don't think Jimmy thinks he'll beat me this time. I think deep inside he knows what's going to happen.
I am the best. I will keep proving that. Get ready for the beautiful destruction.
To the featherweight division we go. Our tale of the tape is presented by Fubo TV for Cameron Hardy versus Brian Creighton.
3-inch height advantage, 5-inch reach advantage for Hardy. Creighton looked like, I'm not sure if he was a couple pounds overweight, not sure if that made a big difference, if he had a bad cut. We'll have to find out if he gasses out in this fight. Maybe it had something to do with it.
Brian Creighton set for his bare knuckle fighting championship debut. Creighton is a veteran of 19 pro MMA bouts, which includes 7 in Cage Warriors and 1 in Brave Combat Federation.
It's a lot of experience, not necessarily BKFC, but just number of times he's made that ring walk. He's fought at high level competition. This shouldn't be that big of a deal to him. He's not gonna freeze under the lights. He's been in big fights before.
Cameron Hardy now set for his bare knuckle fighting championship debut. Hardy is a veteran of 10 pro mixed martial arts bouts, which includes 1 in Cage Warriors.
Again, both these guys, experienced MMA fighters, understand the whole complexity of the fight camp, the fight week, have made this walk many times. Doesn't mean everything for BKFC, but does mean these guys should be experienced going out there. This should not bother them. This isn't the first time they've been under the big bright lights.
We go back to Haas Dragon.
Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our 6th bout of the evening. Brought to you by Fubo TV in the BKFC Featherweight Division. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the black trunks. His official weight of 147 pounds, bang on. Hailing from Kirkby, England's United Kingdom, Brian the Big Bad Wolf Creighton. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the white and gold. His official weight of 145.4 pounds. Hailing from Darlington, England's United Kingdom, Cameron Hardy. Referee in charge is Harvey Hara.
Two very accomplished pro MMA fighters, both now making their respective BKFC debut. Cameron Hardy from Darlington, England. Brian Creighton from Kirkby, England. Round number 1. Forward off the scratch comes Brian Creighton. He's in the black trunks, white trunks for Cameron Hardy. Left hand, stalking pressure immediately from Creighton. Listed at 5'5" to the 5'8" of Cameron Hardy. Left hand, right hand, huge right hand, and against the flow at the start of this fight, Cameron Hardy drops Brian Creighton.
Great uppercut thrown and landed. You can tell Creighton's still a little bit dazed.
Hardy in the mid-range, left hand, right hand, knockdown number 2. Ruled as a slip by Harvey Hara.
Creighton's legs still are not underneath him. That's what happened right there. He was being hit with some hard shots. Oh, that uppercut really did some damage.
Long jab from Cameron Hardy. Fast start, heavy pressure from Brian Creighton, but now Cameron Hardy establishing his range. Big swings on the inside.
Hardy needs to go back to that uppercut. Creighton throwing wide hooks.
The overhook getting the reset from referee Harvey Hara. 1-1-2 as you saw from Cameron Hardy. Hardy from long range. Moving to the mid-range. Left hand on the counter from Creighton. Creighton cut outside of his left brow. 40 seconds remaining, round 1. And that is knockdown number 2 on the right hand.
There was a lead, straight right hand. A lot of times people throw the jab first. When you don't throw the jab, it's very confusing. You're not used to that.
Left hand, right hand. Cameron Hardy can see the finish line, trying to reach it as he records the 3rd knockdown in round 1.
And Creighton has got to get past this round. He needs to get inside, clinch, stay on his bike move. He cannot trade punches at this point. Your legs are still not there.
Final seconds, round number 1. A huge opening round for Cameron Hardy. There's the right hand on the counter from Creighton. Right hand, left hand, more punches after the bell. That ends the opening round.
Very fortunate for Creighton. He did land a few good shots. He was playing with fire in that situation. When you're hurt in that position, you need to move. You cannot trade punches. More times than not, you're going to get knocked out. Kind of a hook uppercut combination that landed beautifully. And here's the 3rd knockdown. Just hard shots to the side of the head. But after that first knockdown for Creighton, he was continually hurt. He did a very good job of continuing to get up, but he was hurt the entire round.
Presumably 10-6 across the board from the 3 ISKA assigned judges here in Newcastle. Cameron Hardy knocking down Brian Creighton 3 times in the opening round. To round number 2 we go. Creighton looking for the level changes on the entry.
Creighton's got to get behind that jab, use head movement, get inside, land those power shots that he possesses.
Good left hand on the entry from Creighton. Now on the counter from Hardy. Snatches the overhook. Overhook right back from Brian Creighton. There's the separation with some difficulty from Harvey Hara. Creighton still coming forward off the overhand right. Left hand lands from Brian Creighton. Playfulness now from Cameron Hardy. Hardy forward from the center circle. Creighton in with that left hand. Left hand on the inside from Cameron Hardy. Overhand right from Hardy. Hook jab.
Hardy doing a great job of keeping his range, staying right where he wants to be. At the end of his punches, he cannot get hit unless his opponent steps close.
50 seconds remaining, round two. Heavy feints now from Cameron Hardy from long range.
He wants to make his opponent come forward and leap in where he can counter.
Push off the turn from Cameron Hardy. Soft warning from referee Harvey Hara to Hardy on the push. 30 seconds remaining, round number two of this featherweight fight. Right hand. Creighton circling out. Uppercut from Hardy, just off the mark. Seeing the creativity and the striking of Cameron Hardy. Going from the long range to the mid-range. Stuck under from Brian Creighton. Left hand from Creighton. Hardy walking through that, coming forward. Off the jab, jab right back from Brian Creighton. That ends round two.
Creighton is just having a very difficult time trying to get into range. Every time he steps close, Hardy lands a punch and moves. That's exactly what you're supposed to do with reach. We've talked about that, and it only works if you use it properly. You can have much longer arms, you can have 10 inches longer reach, but if you don't utilize it, it doesn't help. Hardy is utilizing it perfectly, staying right where he can land punches and an opponent can't. Creighton's trying to get inside, but every time he takes a couple of shots, he's got to push off that back foot, get in even closer, get into the pocket where it makes that reach of Hardy, it just totally negates it. It's made it a little more difficult, though, because every time Creighton does try to get inside, Hardy lands that uppercut or gets on his bike and moves out of the way.
Brian Creighton down 3 times in round number one, but still very much in this fight as we start round three. From Hardy. Left hook from Cameron Hardy. Creighton to the inside. On the turn, clever from Hardy, now to the body. Left hand right back to the head from Creighton. Both fighters opening up, right hand, and that drops Brian Creighton for the 4th time in this fight.
And you've got to respect what Hardy's doing. He's giving his opponent the only chance that he can win by getting inside and mixing up, trading punches. Hardy clearly feels like he's going to win that battle.
On the flurry to the head, overhand right, left hand, more big shots. Referee Harvey Hara taking a closer look. You see the cut, Brian Creighton's left lid. On the back step, Creighton nearing the hips is Cameron Hardy. Hardy parked in the mid-range. Stiff jab from Cameron Hardy. 60 seconds remaining, round three.
So we're going to land that right hand lead one more time.
Heavy feints from Cameron Hardy from the mid-range. Clean right hand on the step in. That was clever.
You could just tell by the way he was setting that up.
Right on the overhand right, nothing there. Hardy on the jab from the circle out. Up to the body. Brian Creighton said that was low. Referee Harvey Hara agrees. And an exceedingly rare low blow in BKFC as time is called here in round three.
And to be honest with you, I'm not even sure why Hardy's changed to southpaw. He's dominating with the stance already. His traditional right-handed stance. He's landing a lot of clean punches. He's keeping the range beautifully.
You can see that Brian Creighton is wearing the full boxing girdle, but a low blow is still a low blow. That's why time is called. Brian Creighton has up to 5 minutes to recover. It takes less than 30 seconds. Time in. Round three resumes after the sporting touch of hands. Double hook jab from Brian Creighton. Creighton to the inside. Hardy re-establishing range with 25 seconds remaining, round three. Feints again from Hardy. Left not there from Creighton. Creighton again to the inside. The under-over. Hardy again from the center circle, long jab from Ortho. Left hand just before the bell, we move to round 4.
Creighton trying to do whatever he can to change the flow of this fight. He was down 3 times in the first round. He's got to earn some of those points back. He needs to get underneath the jab, use that head movement, and fire punches as he's dodging. When you dodge that punch, when you roll underneath, you got to fire back each time. And here's that 4th knockdown. That was where I said Hardy was playing with fire. He's given his opponent his only chance to win. He clearly feels like he's faster. He's better in that position because he continues to go in there and mix it up, which is very dangerous. That's giving his opponent his best chance to win. Hardy doesn't care. He says, I'm still better than you at all aspects of fighting.
4-0 in favor of Cameron Hardy on the knockdown count through the opening 3 rounds. Round number 4 underway. Hardy dropping Creighton 3 times in round 1, once in round 3. Now an exceedingly rare eye poke in BKFC as that draws timeout from referee Harvey Hara. Aaron finger into the right eye of Cameron Hardy from Brian Creighton. Good refereeing from Harvey Hara, telling Brian Creighton a very soft warning. Do not extend your fingers forward towards the face of Cameron Hardy. Keep a tight fist. Time in. No ill will on the low blow. No ill will on the eye poke. There's a right hand from Cameron Hardy.
You see Cameron Hardy just dominating the number of punches landed in this fight.
Bigger swings now in the pocket. We have our first takedown. Low blow, eye poke, now a takedown.
Trying to get everything in this one, Sean.
We need a whizzer throw and a foot stomp, Chris. On the entry, 80 seconds remaining, round number 4. See the heavy feints of Cameron Hardy from the mid-range and the outside. And coming to the pocket is Brian Creighton. Step in right hand, good footwork from Hardy. On the turn.
Good head movement from Hardy as well. Ducks underneath those hooks.
Creighton off the double jab to the inside. Grabs the guillotine, and that draws the immediate separation from Harvey Hara. That was not a head chancery, that was a guillotine. There was some squeeze there from Creighton. Left hook from Brian Creighton. To the body goes Cameron Hardy. 40 seconds remaining, round 4. Left hand from Hardy to the head. The right uppercut. Triple jab from Creighton. Serve to move Hardy off his striking line. Hardy right back on the line, now switching stances to southpaw from Ortho. Jab to the body, eludes that right hand of Creighton. Switch right back to orthodox right-handed stance for Cameron Hardy. On the turn, 10-second clack. Feint step from Brian Creighton. That ends round number 4 as we move to the 5th and final round.
Creighton continues to try and get into range where he can land those power shots, but Hardy's just doing a very good job of being elusive, hitting and not getting hit. He moving the entire time. He's fighting a near flawless fight, in my opinion, making it very difficult for Creighton to look good. He's pushing forward. He's trying to get in position. It's just very difficult when you have a very good defensive-minded fighter like Hardy. And Hardy does a good job of landing punches whenever he feels like it's necessary. If you're in the corner of Creighton now, you have to tell him, go for broke. You're losing this fight badly. You've been knocked down 4 times. You want to win this fight. Try and push off that back foot, get inside. Throw some uppercuts, throw some hooks. You have to do something massive in this round.
Credit Brian Creighton. He's pulled himself off of the canvas on 4 separate occasions in this fight. 3 times in round 1, once in round number 3. Round number 5 now underway. Final round of this featherweight bout. And full credit to Cameron Hardy. He has been masterful, controlling from the outside in the mid-range. No one has won anything yet, however. Both fighters very accomplished, very pedigreed in their respective pro MMA careers. Both have big power for 145-pounders. There's a left hand, double left hand from Brian Creighton. That turns Cameron Hardy. Right to the body, big left hand, knockdown number 5. The stagger of this fight is over, and the win for Cameron Hardy. BKFC Prospect Series Newcastle is presented commercial-free by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And we talk about fantastic debuts. Hardy, I cannot say enough positive things about his performance tonight. He went in there against a very tough opponent. Creighton's extremely difficult to deal with that size. Hard to hit because they can duck under a lot of punches. And Hardy just controlled range beautifully, stepped on the gas when needed to, just dominated in all fashion, all aspects of the fight there, in my opinion. That was a phenomenal performance for Hardy. I could not say enough positive things about it.
Brian Creighton being consoled in his corner. He definitely showed his toughness, but Cameron Hardy absolutely showed his class. That was a first-class victorious performance in his BKFC debut for Cameron Hardy, recording 5 knockdowns against the very tough and talented Brian Creighton. 3 in round 1, 1 in round 3, and the final one here in round number 5 to end this bout. We go to Haas right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 43 seconds of round number 5. Your winner by knockout, Cameron Hardy!
And that was the first time we saw Cameron Hardy, but Sean, that is not going to be the last. This guy looks like a very special talent.
An extremely impressive BKFC debut for Cameron Hardy. Dominant round number 1. 5 knockdowns to the knockout. Victorious by way of 5th round KO. Cameron Hardy defeats Brian Creighton.
We are all the way live from Satellite 5. I'm Brian Socha, and as always, so much to get into this week on the Bare Knuckle Show. We're glad you're hanging out.
Bare Knuckle just takes one shot. If he can land a good shot, he can do some damage.
6 new major signings, a new location overseas that we're going to be doing.
It gives me so much more energy and reason to go ahead and do what I do.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! It's inappropriate.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
At 155 pounds, Jack Culshaw versus Bartek Kanabey. The numbers presented by Rasha.
Another strange one here, Sean. Culshaw 6 foot to his opponent's 5'9". However, he has a 6-inch reach disadvantage. Kanabey has a 78-inch wingspan. That is huge for that weight class.
From Poland, now based here in England, Bartek Kanabey enters 2-0 in BKFC. His most recent victory occurred this past April when he defeated Bakhtiyor Kudratov by way of first-round technical knockout.
That might not sound like a lot of experience, 2 fights, but Sean, that can be everything when it comes to BKFC. Just being in there, having the experience, not having to adjust that first round. A lot of fighters just seem a little confused the first time they come out in BKFC. Not all the time. You can see from these fights tonight, some fighters are looking phenomenal their first time.
The Englishman, Jack Culshaw, now set for fight number 1 in BKFC. Culshaw is 4-0 in K1 rules bouts for the uninitiated. K1 rules, and that can be outside of the actual K1 promotion. It's a hybrid rule set living somewhere between modern kickboxing rules and Muay Thai rules.
Well, it shows he has some experience being in the ring, understanding what it takes, the mental preparation before the fight, that ring walk. That can be very difficult for a lot of early fighters in their career, just trying to understand exactly how to control that adrenaline, how to maintain a consistent pace the entire fight. Culshaw's already done that.
Again, Haas Ragim.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our 7th bout of the evening, presented by Russia in the BKFC lightweight division. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the red with white trim. His official weight of 148 pounds, bang on. Hailing from Workington, England, United Kingdom, Bartek, the Polish player, Kanabey. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the white and blue. His official weight of 146.8 pounds. Hailing from Fitzwilliam, England, United Kingdom, Jack, the Yorkshire Stallion, Culshaw. Your referee in charge is Alan Jackson.
Sporting touch of hands between Culshaw and Kanabey. Both men up to scratch. Round number 1. White trunks for the Englishman, Jack Culshaw. Red and white trunks for the Pole, now based here in England, Bartek Kanabey, and a rapid-fire start for Culshaw. Looking to counter off the ring ropes is Kanabey. Right uppercut getting through left hand, right to the body. Hard to the body goes Culshaw. Left hook to the head. Ferocious start from both men. Culshaw landing the uppercuts, overhand right from Kanabey, takes him off balance, right hand from Culshaw. On the turn, Bartek Kanabey. Right uppercut again from Culshaw. 25 remaining, round number 1.
No feel out period at all. They're just going to work.
Huge right hand, that sends Kanabey against the ring ropes. Uppercuts to the body, to the head with the right hand for Jack Culshaw.
These uppercuts are landing very well.
Kanabey's face bright red, taking ferocious shots. Trying to turn off the ring ropes, and he does with the right hand. The turn right back on the right hand from Culshaw. Right hand again. Culshaw actually paused, now the reset left hand. 4 uppercuts to the body from Culshaw. Kanabey trying to turn from the half tie plum, and he does so effectively. Back to the center circle. On the separation, step in right hand from Culshaw. Overhand right, right uppercut, left hook from Jack Culshaw. Counter right hand, now a right to the body from Culshaw. Kanabey trying to roll under and lands the flurry to the head. Right uppercut again, right hook from Jack Culshaw. Huge shots being landed from Culshaw. Kanabey stuck against the ring rope, trying to throw. Bartek Kanabey cut outside of his right brow. Again, you see his face is bright red. More uppercuts with the right hand of Jack Culshaw.
That's got to be a record for right uppercuts thrown in 1 round. Probably for a whole fight, and it's only been 1 round.
Right hand again, left hook right to the body. That ends a ferocious round number 1.
And Culshaw had to throw somewhere around 50 uppercuts in that round, and so many of them landed. What a start. I don't know if he stopped throwing punches the entire round. Uppercut after uppercut, mixed in the occasional right hand. I cannot believe the pace at which Culshaw was throwing punches. That is exhausting and tiring. He better be in phenomenal shape after that first round. Kanabey might just be thinking, I got to get past this first round. There's no way my opponent can continue to throw punches at this rate. We will find out. Culshaw definitely found a home for that right uppercut. Let's see if he continues to go to the well and throw that punch.
Call of knuckle up from referee Alan Jackson. Round number 2 underway. Right back to the uppercuts goes Jack Culshaw. Left hand right to the body. Kanabey again along the ring ropes trying to turn out. Heavy forward pressure from Culshaw. 6 foot to Kanabey's 5'9". That's accentuated by the very long, tall, upright stance of Culshaw left hand.
So many punches being thrown by both guys through one round. Unbelievable.
Right hand again, left hook, counter right hand, left hand from the inside of Bartek Kanabey. Kanabey half-tie plum.
That's where Kanabey needs to stay at this point. Stay inside, wears opponent down just a little bit.
80 seconds remaining, round 2. Jumping in with the hooks is Jack Culshaw to the pocket. Huge right hand from Culshaw. Kanabey in all sorts of trouble. Against the ring ropes, against the corner cushion, Bartek Kanabey. These are thudding, accurate shots from the mid-range. Jack Culshaw continuing to land. Culshaw coming forward off the long jab on the duck under right hand. Overhand right from Kanabey, who valiantly is very much in this fight, still throwing, Chris.
Kanabey taking massive shots. I'm very impressed with his ability to just keep coming back and throwing his own punches.
Culshaw, right hand, left hand. You see the hard straight punches. Now the hard right uppercut of Jack Culshaw. Culshaw is throwing straight punches from the mid-range and uppercuts from the pocket. Right hand landing flush.
That's one thing. Culshaw's got to be careful he doesn't punch himself out.
25 seconds remaining, round number 2 of this lightweight bout. Right hand again, duck under from Bartek Kanabey. Culshaw relentless in his punching volume. Overhand right, Kanabey again against the ring ropes, lands that right hand. Right hand again from Jack Culshaw. Closing seconds, round number 2. Culshaw again, uppercut, straight right hand. Kanabey a right hand just before the bell as we move to round 3.
They're trying to set a record for number of punches thrown in a fight, I believe, Sean. They're just continuing to stand and trade the entire fight. This has been a tremendous card. One of the best ones we've seen in England, in my opinion.
The matchmaking has been absolutely on point to this point in the card.
Kanabey, like we talked about, doing a great job of always firing back. He's getting hit with massive shots. Just continues to fire back. Culshaw's got to be careful. He cannot just continue to throw punches the entire time. You only have so many fastballs in you as a pitcher. Same thing with a fighter. If he continues to throw power shots the entire time without taking a break, he might punch himself out. That's every fighter's worst nightmare, is when you have nothing left out there and your opponent does, and he's putting pressure on you. That's terrible.
See the sportsmanship. Round number 3. Kanabey, you see the hand fighting from the southpaw stance. Right back to the mid-range, exactly where he wants to be. Jack Culshaw to start the 3rd round. Kanabey on the long jab. Big right hand from Culshaw. Kanabey on the left hook. Culshaw again, uppercut to the body. Culshaw's been uppercutting the body and the head throughout this fight.
He uppercuts anything he can see.
Swelling though under the left eye of Jack Culshaw. Big exhale from Kanabey on the circle out. Back to the center circle. Step in left hook. There's that rear right uppercut. Big right hand to the head. On the left hook, left hand on the back pedal from Bartek Kanabey.
And it's just that constant pressure, that constant pushing forward with punches from Culshaw. It's really starting to have its effect on Kanabey.
Huge left hand from Culshaw. The staggering from Bartek Kanabey.
Did they say the ropes kept him from falling down? Is that what I'm getting?
Alan Jackson ruled that a knockdown. That's exactly what Jackson declared. The Kanabey would have hit the canvas if not for the ring ropes. So it's officially our first knockdown in this fight, and that is knockdown number 2.
And I feel like this is just from overwhelming pressure the entire time. I think he's just totally gassed out.
The towel is thrown in during the count. Welcome to BKFC, Jack Culshaw.
And my biggest worry was Culshaw was going to punch himself out. That did not happen. I feel like he could have done that for 5 rounds.
The towel was thrown in during the count. That might have been academic, Chris. I'm not sure that Alan Jackson would have let this fight continue if Kanabey had risen before the count of 10, and I'm not sure that Kanabey was going to get up before Jackson's count of 10.
There was no way. Kanabey was worn out. I mean, he took so many hard shots the entire fight. Culshaw never relinquished that pressure to push forward the entire time. Such an exhausting style of fighting. You have to be in phenomenal shape. Kanabey had his moments, and he landed a lot of good punches himself, but man, he was under constant attack the entire night.
Jack Culshaw is a 6-foot-tall, 155-pounder with obviously phenomenal cardio and phenomenal volume, and he's now 1-0 at BKFC. Again, Bartek Kanabey entered 2-0 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. He just simply could not answer the range control, the volume, and the accuracy, as well as the relentlessness throughout from Jack Culshaw. Our strike stats are presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Both guys landed at an extremely good rate. Man, it was just that overwhelming volume. 200 punches thrown, 116 landed for Culshaw. These guys were going at it the entire time. Like I said, they're trying to set a record for number of punches thrown and landed in the fight, I think, Sean.
I think that's the unofficial record for most right uppercuts.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 1 minute and 35 seconds of round number 3. Your winner due to corner stoppage, Jack the Yorkshire Stallion Culshaw.
Culshaw did a phenomenal job of weaponizing pace. He walked through punches, he pushed his opponent around till he wore him down, and then he finished the fight. Great job.
Well, there is high volume, and then there is high volume, and then there is Jack Culshaw. Relentless throughout against the previously undefeated and very game Bartek Kanabey. The winner by way of 3rd round TKO, Jack Culshaw defeats Bartek Kanabey.
I'm gonna put this guy out in front of his hometown, and they're not gonna fucking like it.
It's not what makes me think I can beat Kai Stewart. That I know I'm gonna beat Kai Stewart. It's already written. All that tough talk, that the knuckles speak for him. 100% finish rate.
We'll see what kind of punishment he's willing to endure. I know which kind of punishment I'm willing to endure.
Hey, Richardson, listen, es mi momento, es mi tiempo, y eso usted me lo está aguantando.
There's the left hand and the right hand by Ward.
I don't think Jimmy thinks he'll beat me this time. I think deep inside he knows what's going to happen.
I am the best. I will keep proving that. Get ready for the beautiful destruction.
BKFC 62 is set for Friday night, June 21st at Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, Florida. The top 4 fights on this absolutely stacked card are presented by Savage Sip Coffee.
And how many times do we have 3 title fights on one night? I've been looking forward to this card for a long time. I think it's going to be one of the best ones we have all year.
That's our next BKFC bout, Friday night, June 21st, BKFC 62 from Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, Florida. To the light heavyweight division, John Ferguson versus Danny Moyer. The numbers presented by Savage Sip Coffee.
Theme of the night, big reach advantage for one fighter. Moyer having a huge reach advantage. He wants to make Ferguson pay for trying to get close.
Moyer, set for his promotional BKFC debut. In the sport of bare knuckle fighting, Moyer enters with a record of 6-0.
Sean, I think we've seen that can mean a lot. It can mean very little. It just depends on where you fought, what the rules were, what the organization is. It does mean you do understand what it's like to get hit with the bare knuckle, but there's a lot of different levels of competition. We always talk about there's levels in this thing, and there definitely is when it comes to bare knuckle.
Kurgo is the official betting partner of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. They have the fight odds for this light heavyweight bout. John Ferguson is now set for fight number 3 in BKFC, his 4th overall in the sport of bare knuckle. Ferguson made his BKFC debut November 2022 when he defeated Tom Scott by unanimous decision.
Just having BKFC experience could make all the difference. We've talked about how some of the other bare knuckle organizations, they don't have the same rule set. This is different. That clinch is a game changer. We've seen it tonight. How many people have been able to get inside, weaponize pace, push you around, how tiring that is. It's not like other forms of combative sports. You have to get used to this style.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our 8th bout of the evening, presented by Savage Sip Coffee in the BKFC Light Heavyweight Division. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the white and gold, his official weight of 184.6 pounds, hailing from Scarborough, England, United Kingdom, Danny the Destroyer Moyer! And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the black, pink, and silver. His official weight of 185.8 pounds. Hailing from Ashington, England, United Kingdom, Big Bad John Ferguson! Your referee in charge is Harvey Hara.
The bell, round number 1. Long jab off of scratch for Danny Moyer. He's in the white trunks, black trunks for John Ferguson. Right hand, rear right uppercut. Clever from Moyer to start this fight. Big right hand lands from Moyer. Fast start to this fight. Ferguson on the back step.
Moyer,
right hand, jab right back.
Moyer has the reach, he has the range, and he's trying to utilize it, doing a good job so far.
Ferguson on the feint. Moyer 6'3", Ferguson 5'11". Off the jab, more uppercuts with the right hand from Moyer. Now back to range. 15 remaining, round number 1. Hard to the body goes Danny Moyer. Ferguson trying to get his jab going from the mid-range. With the duck under right hand again getting through.
You can tell already that Ferguson tasted something he doesn't like. He doesn't want to stay in the mix. He's always backing out.
1-2 from the cross-arm guard used by John Ferguson. Ferguson straight on the 2. Uppercut again. High elbow guard from Ferguson, but the right uppercut getting through from Danny Moyer. 40 seconds remaining, round number 1. We're at 185 pounds. Moyer long off the jab, more uppercuts. Crouch stance from Ferguson as he circles out. Ferguson cut under his left eye.
That eye's bothering him as well. You can tell by the way he keeps holding it.
20 seconds remaining, round one. Ferguson off the 1-2, then the hook, not there. Great striking guard used by Danny Moyer. Moyer looking to counter this back against the ropes. Moyer, double jab. Right hand jab right back from Ferguson on the 1-2, left hook. That ends round number one.
And Ferguson really started to figure it out at the end of that last round, maybe the last 30 seconds. You cannot stay in front of his opponent and let him use that reach. He was staying in Ferguson's range, not his. He's got to push forward. He's got to get past his reach, and then he's into his comfort zone, his pocket. That means Moyer cannot continue to land at the end of his punches. So Ferguson, when he pushes forward, when he did at the end of the round, he did much better. This is early. When Moyer was able to dominate, just controlling the range, finding when he wanted to, landing at will. When Ferguson pushes forward, makes it a different fight.
We're at Walker Activity Dome, jam-packed tonight here in Newcastle, England. BKFC Prospect Series, Newcastle. Two prospects at 185 pounds. John Ferguson versus Danny Moyer, bout number 3 in BKFC for Ferguson. Moyer on his BKFC debut and a strong opening round from Moyer. Into round number 2. Down the jab from Ferguson. The hook jab, uppercut to the body from Moyer.
Ferguson's on good head movement, but he can't keep the head too low because Moyer's throwing the uppercuts.
Double jab from Ferguson, but not there. Moyer trying to find the long-range jab, finds it there. With a double jab and the uppercut, another uppercut, left hand. That was slick. See the straight punches from Ferguson, Chris. They're just not landing. He's out of range. Again, he's 5'11", the Moyer's 6'3".
He's staying in Moyer's range. He needs to step off, push off that back foot, get a little bit closer, and that's going to take that little bit of that sting away from the punches of Moyer.
Moyer cut under his left eye, lands the right uppercut. Ferguson cut under his left eye, lands the right hand. 45 seconds remaining, round 2. Deep crouch from Ferguson, circling out. Forward pressure from Moyer. Jab again from John Ferguson. It's better round number 2 from Ferguson than we saw from him in the opening round when Moyer really controlled from range.
You can definitely see the skill level of Ferguson. He avoids punches very well. Gets out of the way just enough.
The right hand getting through. Left hand now from Moyer. Closing stages of the second round. Long jab again. Good head movement from John Ferguson. There is the bell.
What Ferguson is going to have to do, he's going to have to start firing back after he avoids these punches. He's doing a great job of avoiding shots, but he's not firing back, and that's letting Moyer just continue to throw punches. Eventually he's going to hit you with one. You can block 2, 3, 4 punches, but eventually they're going to land. If Ferguson would avoid some of these punches and fire back immediately, that's going to make Moyer think twice about continuing to stand in front of his opponent and throw. I tell fighters all the time when I'm doing the tryouts, you did the hard work, you avoided the punch, fire back. It's like you went to a bank and you got everybody on the ground, you tied their hands, and you didn't take the money. You did the hard work, take the money, Sean. The hard part is getting them out of position, and then you fire back.
I love that analogy, Chris.
I don't know if I should be bringing up bank robbery to the fighters, you know.
Round number 3. It is 2024. One must be very cautious about what they bring up. Long jab from Danny Moyer.
Yeah, I think Ferguson either needs to be firing back immediately or pushing forward.
Great 1-2 from Ferguson.
If he stays in Moyer's range, that's a big mistake.
There's that cross forearm guard. Again, that was very prevalent in the 1800s, the initial era of bare knuckle fighting, especially here in England. I love seeing those old school techniques blended in with modern combat sports training. Flurry again to the head from Ferguson. Higher volume here from Ferguson in round number 3.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to push the pace. Moyer's not able to fire as he gets hit.
Right uppercut getting through from Ferguson. Relatively muted start to round 3 for Danny Moyer. Moyer landing that uppercut.
You can see the pace definitely has slowed for Moyer. I'm not sure if he punched himself out or if he's just taking the round off so he can have something for the next 2.
One jab from Moyer. Ferguson, you see, intentionally keeping his lead left hand low, his chin out, trying to bait in Danny Moyer into his preferred range. Moyer disciplined, staying long, lands that right hand. Head movement from Moyer. 20 seconds remaining, round 3. Big right hand from Ferguson. Moyer coming forward again. The left hand from Danny Moyer. Jab again from Moyer. That ends the 3rd round.
I'm a little surprised that this is only the 4th fight for Ferguson because he's showing a lot of high-level skill, understanding how to pull away, how to fight when you want to. That was a good round for him. I felt like Moyer really slowed down in that fight. I still feel like Ferguson does his best work when he's either pushing forward or waiting for Moyer to throw, and then he's countering. There's him coming forward. It's Ferguson. We talk about it often, Sean. A lot of times in BKFC, you want to get off first. If you're waiting to counter, that's a dangerous game to play. It does work sometimes, but more often than not, you end up being the nail, not the hammer.
Referee Harvey Harrow tells both fighters to toe the line, knuckle up. Round number 4 underway. 2 fighters from here in England. John Ferguson from Ashington, Danny Moyer from Scarborough. Jab from John Ferguson. And the feint from Moyer. Moyer couldn't turn over that right hand to the body. Step in right hand, double right hand from Moyer off the mark.
Beautiful head movement for Ferguson. That's very frustrating when you're throwing hard punches and the guy gets just out of the way.
Well, jab from Moyer. And you see the head movement on display from John Ferguson. Jab again from Moyer, not there. And Chris, we see Ferguson. He's intentionally lowering his lead left hand, sticking out his chin. He's trying to bring Moyer into his preferred range.
He puts that chin right in front of you, and then when you throw, he moves it just out of the way.
There's that cross arm, high forearm guard.
Once again, Ferguson doing a phenomenal job of not getting hit. I would just like to see him fire back a little bit more often.
40 seconds remaining, round 4. Double jab from Moyer. That turns out John Ferguson. There's the uppercut with the right hand from Moyer. Clean 1-2, then the left hook from Ferguson. Strong combination. Very methodical pace. And being contested by both men.
And that's what Ferguson likes. He wants to control the range, the tempo. Fight when he wants to, not when you want to.
Right hand from Moyer. Just heard the 10-second clack. Very late here in round number 4. We move to the 5th and final round.
The pace has definitely slowed for Moyer. He needs to get back to what he was doing in those first few rounds. This is the last one. Anything you have left in the gas tank, you got to push it right now. Now's the time to go. You can't let Ferguson dictate the pace. If Moyer's pushing forward, he's staying right in that range and landing and throwing more punches. That's when he's at his best. Ferguson wants to pot shot, just staying back, try and counter, try and move enough, just outland you just a little bit. That's what he's trying to do. Make you miss and fire back when he needs to. If he can control when and where the fight happens, it feels like he's going to win.
You see that our timekeeper has an actual bell? When I commentated M1 in Russia, they used the gong, which I found very charming. The ringing of the bell, literally. Fifth and final round underway. The jab from John Ferguson. Then the hook from Danny Moyer. And uppercut getting through from Moyer.
See if Moyer can continue to put pressure like he did the first few rounds.
Ferguson on the jab. Moyer stepping into the mid-range. Ever so slightly, Danny Moyer turning up the temperature here in round 5. Most forward pressure we've seen from Moyer since round 1. Ferguson on the 1-2, just out of range. Jab from Moyer. Chris, these are really intelligent tactical rounds being fought by both Ferguson and Moyer. For Ferguson, his 4th bout in the sport of bare knuckle fighting as he lands that right hand. Moyer. This is his BKFC debut, but he enters 6-0 in bare knuckle. On the back pedal is Ferguson. Moyer coming forward, lands a big right hand. And a right to the body on the exit. 45 seconds remaining in this fight. The flurry right back to the head from John Ferguson.
So difficult to land those punches when a fighter is crouching down. Moyer's doing a good job of landing those uppercuts.
Elbow block from Ferguson. Good turn, that was clever, the hook to the body from Moyer. 25 seconds remaining in this fight. Head movement from Ferguson on the back pedal, the jab not getting through from Danny Moyer. Into the clinch. Ferguson couldn't find the half-tie plug. That ends this fight.
Very close, very competitive. But I'm not sure who's going to win this. I would not be surprised to see a split decision, but I felt like both guys had their moments. Very close rounds. Once again, very, very well-matched card. I feel like all the fights are extremely even, very competitive.
Fully agreed. The matchmaking has been phenomenal thus far this evening here in Newcastle. John Ferguson, Danny Moyer going the distance. All 5 rounds. Very close competitive fight. We shall see. 3 ISKA judges' scorecards now being tallied at the officials' table.
Ferguson made it so difficult to land shots on him. He's very good head movement. He pulls back just enough, gets just out of range. Does a good job of making you not look good. Nobody wants to fight a guy like that. No matter what you do, you're not going to land at a high percentage. That's just a lot of hours in the gym, a lot of rounds sparred. There's no way to make those eyes see those punches coming and pull back and get just out of the way enough besides doing a lot of rounds.
To end all suspense, we go to Haas Ragan.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of fighting, we go to the judges' score totals. And your winner by split decision, Danny the Destroyer Moyer!
Sean, I predicted that could be a split decision. The judges, I feel like, thought that Moyer did enough in that last round. He put it all out there. He pushed the pace to get the decision in that last and final round.
John Ferguson gave a very good account of himself in defeat. Danny Moyer gave an excellent account of himself in victory. Now 7-0 in the sport of bare knuckle and victorious in his BKFC debut. The winner by way of split decision, Danny Moyer defeats John Ferguson.
We are all the way live from Satellite 5. I'm Brian Socia, and as always, so much to get into this week on the Bare Knuckle Show. We're glad you're hanging out.
Bare Knuckle just takes one shot. If he can land a good shot, he can do some damage.
6 new major signings, a new location overseas that we're going to be doing.
Gives me so much more energy and reason to go ahead and do what I do.
Oh, shit!
Oh, shit!
It's inappropriate.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
BKFC Prospect Series Newcastle, coming to you live from the north of England, is presented by Fubo TV, Rasha, Savage Sip Coffee, and by Kurgo. Time now for our feature fight of the evening as we're to the business end of this card in Newcastle. At 175 pounds, Danny Christie versus Jimmy Millard.
These guys exactly the same height, 5'11". Slight reach advantage for Christie, not that big of a deal when it comes to guys of this size, but very similar on the tail of the tape.
The numbers presented by Forged Irish Stout. Jimmy Millard enters 1-0 in BKFC. Made his debut March of last year when he defeated Kyle Cassidy by way of second-round technical knockout. Millard has also had 20 professional MMA bouts.
A lot of experience. Made the walk many times. I know most of it has been with MMA, but 1-0 in BKFC. He understands the sport, understands range, distance, timing, and he's undefeated. Makes for a very compelling fight.
Danny Christie enters 4-1 in BKFC. His most recent victory, April of this year, when he defeated the very tough and talented Welshman David Brown by way of first-round TKO. Christie is the BKFC UK 185-pound champion, but that belt not at stake in this fight, as Christie has now dropped to 175 pounds to face Jimmy Millard. In 5 BKFC bouts, Danny Christie has never gone past 4 rounds.
He's done a fantastic job for us here at BKFC. I cannot wait to see him going down to 175 with that mid ring. Hard hitter, heavy-handed, and that's at 185. You'd have to think he'd be extremely difficult to deal with at 175.
This is our feature fight, and this is intriguing. Danny Christie versus Jimmy Moyer. Again, Haas Raggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our 9th bout of the evening, presented by Forged Irish Stout in the BKFC middleweight division. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the green and blue. His official weight of 175.4 pounds. Hailing from Bournemouth, England, United Kingdom, the Justice, Jimmy Moyer! And his opponents across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing the blue and silver. His official weight of 173 pounds, bang on. Hailing from Carlisle, England's United Kingdom, Danny the Bastard Christie! Your referee in charge is Harvey Hara.
Good business on the face of both men. Round number 1. Silver and blue trunks for Danny Christie. Green and blue trunks for Jimmy Moyer. Stepping with the right hand, Danny Christie. Counter left hand on the step in from Jimmy Moyer. Double overs for Danny Christie. There's the separation from referee Harvey Hara.
So one benefit of losing going down to a smaller weight class, a lot of times you feel faster. Let's see if that's the case for Christie.
The right hand on the combination, level change from Jimmy Moyer, gets the separation. 25 remaining, round 1. This is our feature fight. We're in the middleweight division. Step in, big right hand from Danny Christie.
That's the big punch when you have that right hand versus the southpaw.
Duck under from Moyer, clever on the turn, back to the center circle.
Whoever can step outside that lead foot has a straight shot right down the pipe.
Christie from the orthodox stance. You see Moyer in the southpaw stance, and knockdown number 1.
Looked like a flash knockdown. Moyer doesn't seem like he's really too badly hurt right now. Let's see if Christie tries to step on the gas.
40 seconds remaining, round number 1. Christie on the left hand on the entry, big right hand. That turned out Jimmy Moyer. Left hand and knockdown number 2.
Caught him with the left hook. Moyer really needs to get past this round. Stay on his bike, start moving.
We'll see how hard Danny Christie now goes for the finish with 15 seconds remaining, round number 1. Left hand, big right hand. Christie flurrying out to the body. Smart defensive clinch from Jimmy Moyer. Christie forward again. Moyer on the jab, that ends round 1.
And as a fighter, Sean, it's very difficult to say, I cannot trade punches with this guy right now. I know I can win, but I can't do it right now. When you get knocked down, your steps are just a little bit slower. Your hands aren't reacting properly. You cannot do that. You have to resist that urge to trade punches. You have to get on that bike or clinch. First knockdown. Beautiful left hand lead. Just a very nice hook that landed clean.
Our crafted replay presented by Forged Irish Stout.
Well, it looked like so far from the first round, Christie was able to keep that power that he had at 185, maybe just a little faster right now. So that's a beautiful combination if you're Danny Christie.
Seconds out called. Danny Christie recording 2 knockdowns of Jimmy Moyer in round number 1. The fighters up to scratch. Round number 2. So a small cut under Moyer's right eye. Moyer showing his footwork from the outside. Now the duck under of the right hand from Christie. Christie to the inside. Squeeze from the head chancery. Gets the quick separation from referee Harvey Hara. And now time called by Hara. Good refereeing from Hara. I always like the use of timeout by a referee to talk to a fighter rather than waste seconds in the fight. Hara telling Danny Christie, don't push your palm into the face of your opponent, Jimmy Moyer. Moyer bleeding from his right nostril. Double change from Moyer. Doing so defensively, not offensively. 1:15 remaining round 2. You can see Christie sitting on that right hand, Chris.
Trying to wait for the right time. Step outside that lead foot.
There's the right hand on the inside. Moyer fast on the jab. Christie now on his back foot. Moyer coming forward. 50 seconds remaining in the second round. On the step in left hand from Moyer. In the southpaw stance. On the turn, right hand. Separation again from Hara. Right hand. Moyer trying to swing big in the mid-range. Resets to the outside. Then to the inside. Moyer throwing to the body. Christie now cut under his right eye and under his left eye. Second clack. Late here in round number 2, downward right hand from Danny Christie just off the mark. The bell, we move to round 3.
Christie doing a much better job when he's able to step outside that lead foot, come in with that right hand. Land power shots. You can just tell there's a difference in strength, in punching power. Christie possesses it. He needs to utilize it. He's got to step in, land that straight right. And I don't care if you're throwing it and it's landing on the face, the chest, the arm, the stomach, whatever he lands, it's going to do damage. You can see right now the corner of Christie really encouraging him to go out there and fight. Not a good, happy corner in the round right there.
Harvey Hara putting Danny Christie's lead left foot on the scratch line as we start round number 3, and a fast start off of scratch in the third round for Danny Christie.
And that is what his corner was imploring.
Hook not there. Christie tried to pull it back mid-flight. The clinch. Christie tried to land on the separation. Fair play. Jab pack from Jimmy Moyer. Heavy forward pressure again from Danny Christie.
And Christie is listening to his corner. He's getting in position. He's stepping forward. He's throwing the hard right hand.
Moyer trying to time his jab on the entry, the forward pressure of Danny Christie. Moyer again circling out, using his footwork to reset in the center circle. Hard punches coming forward, left hand from Danny Christie. Moyer to the body. on the overhook. Right hand from Christie. See the active clinch. Both fighters still throwing. On the right hand now, the separation. Step in right hand again from Danny Christie. Chris, he is finding that step in right hand.
And that is why his corner keeps yelling at him. That's exactly what he needs to do. Step forward, land that right hand. You're doing damage every time.
Moyer circling out. 15 seconds remaining round 3 on the duck under. Moyer trying to counter, takes that left hook from Christie. Overhook from Danny Christie, the separation again. Big exhale from Moyer on the back pedal. Left hand not getting through. Next up, round 4.
And that was a much better round for Christie. And he listened to his corner. They were telling him exactly what he needed to do. Great job of corner work. Power shots being thrown and landed by both fighters. If you're in the corner of Moyer at this point, you have to tell him he needs to get off first. He cannot sit in front of Christie and wait for him to throw that right hand. It's doing damage. Mix it up, confuse him, throw some feints, do whatever you need to make sure you're not standing and waiting for him to throw those hard power shots.
Through the opening 3 rounds, Danny Christie, 2 knockdowns to 0, dropping Jimmy Moyer twice in round number 1. Round number 4. An immediate forward pressure off and scratch, but it's methodical pressure, not rushing pressure from Christie. 18 position, Moyer continued to throw legally to the body. The separation from Harrow, right back to it, right back to the mid-range, Danny Christie. Goes right back to extending with the left hand and sitting on that right hand. Big left hook from Christie.
See the overwhelming amount of punches that were landed in the first round. And now Moyer kind of taking the lead, a number of punches landed.
Jimmy Moyer down twice in round number 1, but still very much in this fight.
Moyer doing a good job of head movement. Very difficult to hit. He's getting very low, trying to avoid the hard right hands of Christie.
Right uppercut, now the step in left hand from Danny Christie. Exhale again from Moyer on the exit. Good duck under from Jimmy Moyer. Christie forward again. There's the right hand, left hook to the body. Clever combination from Christie.
Christie can turn some of those straight rights into some uppercuts.
Good step in left hand from Jimmy Moyer, now to the body. Christie is initiating most of these clinches, but credit to Jimmy Moyer, he's throwing in the clinch. Takes that right hand, does Jimmy Moyer. 30 seconds remaining, round 4. Christie trying to turn up the temperature, closing stages of the 4th round. Double left hand from Moyer.
And Christie's starting to throw more uppercuts.
Left hand, duck under from Christie on the right hand of Moyer. Christie again taking away time and space from Jimmy Moyer. Half-tide plump from Moyer. Now on the underhook. Driving pressure from Moyer. From Harvey Harrow reset. We move to the 5th and final round.
I know a lot of these fights seem like they're going the distance, going some rounds, but they've been phenomenal fights. I will never complain when you have a fight going 5 rounds if they're like this. You tell in that round, Christie really stepped up the pace, started throwing a lot of uppercuts, and I think that's exactly what he needed to do. Those were landing, they were making Moyer change his pace and change the way he did things, because he knew if he continued to stay crouched down, if he continued to stay in that position, he's going to get hit with some massive shots.
Danny Christie, this is 6th bout of BKFC. Set to enter his first ever 5th round. Jimmy Moyer entered 1-0 in BKFC. That fight, March of last year, he defeated Kyle Cassidy by way of 2nd round TKO. Proverbial uncharted waters for both Christie and Moyer. In BKFC, round number 5. Final round of our feature fight. We're in the middleweight division. Hard underhook from Moyer. That was smart. It's the separation from Harvey Hara. The left hand, heavy pressure again. Looming large right now, Chris. The 2 knockdowns recorded by Danny Christie and Jimmy Moyer, and presumably a 10-7 round for Danny Christie.
Very difficult to overcome. You have to get some knockdowns of your own. Moyer has been unable to do so.
Those right now stand as the lone knockdowns recorded in this fight. Christie forward again, good left hand from Moyer, beautifully timed. Moyer couldn't time that left hand. Rear right uppercut from Christie into the clinch. 65 seconds remaining in this fight. Again, Moyer to the body has been very effective, continuing to throw on the Christie-initiated clinches. Right uppercut from Moyer, overhand right from Jimmy Moyer.
Christie dropping his mouth as he was trying to put it back in.
Moyer talking to Christie, we fight on.
Moyer trying to say, put your mouthpiece back in. Christie said, I don't need it.
Now time called by referee Harvey Hara. We will have the rinsing of the mouthpiece.
I mean, at this point, I don't think these guys need that. Put it back in the mouth, let's go.
Do it the MMA way, not the boxing way. That was done the boxing way, right back to it, time in. On the overhook from Jimmy Moyer. Christie to the body, left hand. On the duck under, both fighters throwing in the pocket. Drive forward pressure with the front shoulder from Jimmy Moyer.
I mean, what an exhausting style. These guys have been in the clinch a lot this fight.
Short right hand from Moyer. Christie coming forward, jab from Moyer. Straight punches from Christie. Moyer on the turn. Big right hand from Danny Christie. Both fighters throwing on the inside. Half-tie plumb from Jimmy Moyer. Heavy forward pressure, chest to chest. Left hand getting through. Final seconds of this fight. And that is the end of our feature bout. BKFC Prospect Series Newcastle is presented all evening long, commercial free by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And you'd have to think those knockdowns in the first round could be hard to overcome, but Sean, you never really know. That's one thing I've learned being in there actually fighting a fight I thought I won sometimes. Not so much. You never know what these judges are necessarily what they're looking for. It would take a perfect rest of the fight for Moyer to win them.
Our strike stats presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
A few more punches thrown for Moyer, a few more landed, but those knockdowns, those could be huge.
Danny Christie versus Jimmy Moyer going the distance. And again, as we consider the 3 ISKA judges' scorecards being tallied now at the officials' table, we go back to round number 1. Danny Christie twice dropping Jimmy Moyer. The lone 2 knockdowns in this fight. Credit to Jimmy Moyer. Pulling himself back into this fight twice off of the canvas. Credit to Danny Christie, the BKFC UK 185-pound champion, dropping to 175 pounds.
Always difficult, especially that first time you make a new weight class. A lot of times people go out there and they gas out. They're not used to the weight cut. You feel like you have no energy, you're weak. Christie seemed like he was getting stronger as the fight went on, in my opinion.
These are 2 quality fighters. Extremely high level, well contested throughout the full 5 rounds. Osragip is set. We go to him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge scores the bout 50-44. Your second judge scores the bout 49-45. Your third judge scores the bout 49-44. And your winner by unanimous decision, Danny the Bastard Christie.
And Danny Christie just keeps rolling at a different weight class. I thought he did a very good job for his first time at 175.
4-1, 4-1, 5-0 from the three judges assigned by the ISKA here in Newcastle for Danny Christie. Hard fought, well fought from Danny Christie and Jimmy Millar, but Christie recording 2 knockdowns of Millar in round number 1. The winner by way of unanimous decision, Danny Christie defeats Jimmy Millar.
Why pay over $100 a month for cable when it's half the cost for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want. Breaking news and live sports. Entertainment for the whole family. Rated #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Something that I work on throughout my camps called the Raja. It's super key for me. It's really helped me.
My name is Dr. Jair Rivera Dehenia. Raja stands for Reciprocal Antenna System for Holographic Activation. Key benefits that athletes can receive is stress relief, relaxation, reduce inflammation, less performance anxiety. If you're interested in upgrading your performance, come visit us at therasha.com or our Instagram at Rasha Revolution.
Tonight, BKFC, presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink, is back in the United Kingdom as we are live at Walker Activity Dome in Newcastle. Still to come, it's our main event, set for the heavyweight division. Stanoy Tabakov versus Paul Venice. But first, it's tonight's co-main event. In the middleweight division, Bartolomé Cruel versus Pick Jordine. Our tale of the tape is presented by OnlyFans.
Sean, these guys almost identical. 1 inch height advantage, 1 inch reach advantage. Very similar on the tail of the tape. This should be a good one, though.
No one cared who I was till I put on the marks. If I pull that off, will you die? It will be extremely painful.
From here in England, Pick Jordine. Now set for fight number 1 in BKFC. Jordine is 3-0 in his professional Muay Thai career.
Muay Thai obviously should understand the clinch. You have to think against a guy like Poole who wants to get into that position, pull him around, wear him down, tire him out, be heavy on that neck.
From Poland, Bartłomiej Król enters 3-0 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. His most recent victory occurred in November of last year when he defeated Anthony Holmes by 4th round TKO.
Who has looked very good in BKFC. He could be a prospect, someone to deal with, trying to get up to get control of that 185-pound title, especially with Christie going down to 175.
Wszystko jest w głowie, wszystko jest do zrobienia. A sukces lubi zawsze 100% poświęcenia. Sztyk to swoje skille, stójka czy to parter. Bądź do kariery, dla ciebie są otwarte. Wiesz po co tu jesteś, by wygrywać walki. Przy tym zawsze sobą, a nie tylko to straci.
Mick Terrell, the reigning BKFC World Heavyweight Champion, in the corner of his fighter, Pick Jordine.
And that doesn't mean everything, but it does mean something, Sean.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our co-main event of the evening, presented by OnlyFans in the BKFC Middleweight Division. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the white and red. His official weight of 174.6 pounds. Hailing from Bishop Auckland, England, United Kingdom, the Moyer Pick Jordine! And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the white trunks. His official weight of 175 pounds, bang on. Hailing from Pila, Poland, Bart, the last Polish King Crow! Your referee in charge is Alan Jackson.
Round number 1. White trunks for the Pole, Bartłomiej Król. Red and white trunks for the Englishman, Pick Jordine. The right hand duck under into the clinch goes Bartłomiej Król. At the end of the underhook, separation from Alan Jackson, right back to it. There's the right hand, big right hand on the inside, now the left hand. Huge shot from the pocket, but Jordine throwing back. Król landing the right hand, another right hand on the exit. Strong sequence for Bartłomiej Król. Heavy pressure again. Jordine now circling out, bouncing off the ring ropes. Double left hand, counter right hand from Jordine.
Jordine is taking those punches very well. I'm surprised he didn't go down with those shots.
Król on the duck under, overhook snatched by Bartłomiej Król. Separation again from Alan Jackson, keeping this fight moving. In the middleweight divisions, our co-main event, a right hand from Bartolomei Cruel. Left hand, another left hand from Cruel. He's back against the ring ropes. Jordine trying to throw and turn.
Jordine looked hurt there for just a second. I cannot believe he's taking these shots.
Cruel just walked through a right hand. Big shots now, body and head with the left hand from the pole. Bartolomei Cruel. Right uppercuts to the body, left to the head from Cruel. Jordine trying to counter this back against the corner cushion, but takes that left hand from Cruel.
Jordine's looking tired. He's going to be careful. He's not going to punch himself out. A lot of emotion going on in this first round.
On the uppercut right hand. 25 seconds remaining, round number 1. Bouncing the step of Jordine.
But look at the mouth wide open for Jordine.
Heavy on the neck from the half tie plum goes Jordine. The separation from Cruel into the mid-range. Slight swelling under Cruel's right eye. Back under from Cruel, left hand. Left hand again. Jordine walked through that. Jordine straight right hand, left to the body. There's the bell. That ends round number 1.
That was a ferocious pace. I don't think either guy can keep that up. Jordine, especially in being in his first BKFC, there's a little bit more adrenaline and a little bit more emotion. He's got to control that. His mouth is already wide open. He's got to slow the pace down just a little bit because, man, that was a fast pace. And here, right at the beginning, look at those shots being landed by Cruel. Well, geez, and by Jordine.
No defense for Pick Jordine, Chris. Continually throwing punches with his back against the ring ropes and later against the corner cushion.
Obviously in very good shape.
From a neutral perspective, which we always are, that was an outstanding round number 1. Very entertaining. Round number 2. See the footwork of Pick Jordine. We're trying to find his timing on the entry. Short left hand from Jordine. Chest to chest goes Bartolomei Cruel. Shot from Jordine, no warning from Alan Jackson. We fight on left hand, right hand.
A ton of punches being thrown in that first round. Both guys landed at a high rate.
Left hand getting through from Jordine. Duck under now from Jordine. Head chancery position. There's the separation from Jackson. Jordine on the jab, right hand from Cruel. Jordine chest to chest, right hand. Up jab, left hand from Cruel on the turn. Resetting from the southpaw.
Jordine is starting to look like the fresher fighter. I thought he might gas himself out in that first round. He's recovered well.
Now it's Cruel with his back against the ring ropes, trying to counter, stepping forward into the clinch. Jordine. Heavy from the half tie plum goes Jordine to the body. Alan Jackson nearly stepped in. More big shots, and there is the knockdown. Here's the mandatory 8 count. Given the Cruel, and he is up at the count of 8 from Alan Jackson. 30 seconds remaining, round 2. Left hand on the counter from Cruel. Jordine now cut outside of his left brow. He is swinging big. Off the canvas, Bartolomei Cruel is swinging big. 15 seconds remaining, round 2. Left hand from Cruel. Diversionary jab on the turn after Jordine through the diversion. Right hand from Pick Jordine. We are through 2 rounds.
And at the end of that little exchange, you saw Jordine look down at his right hand. Hopefully it's not bothering him to the fact that he can't continue to throw it. Because, man, this is a war. Here's a look at that knockdown. It looked like he pushed him down. Oh, and then, okay, that was a push down, but then that was a knockdown. Didn't even look like that hard of a punch, but it might have been just accumulation over the entire course of that round. More of a knee Looks like it was taken by Cool. He might have just been tired there because, man, these guys have been going at it.
Jackson keeping Bartolome Cruel in his corner. Jackson not yet ready to call Cruel and Jordine up to scratch. He does so now. 3 feet apart as we start round number 3. Jordine left hand, left hook right back from Bartolome Cruel. Entering right hand from Jordine. Jordine flurrying now to the head, to the body. There's the right uppercut. More big shots left hand from Jordine. Cruel cut top of his right brow. Overhand right from Jordine on a strong sequence knockdown number 2.
Jordine is just all over Cruel right now. Cruel's hurt. I don't think he's getting up.
The count of 10 reached, and a phenomenal bare knuckle fighting championship debut for Jordine.
And I hope people did not listen to me when I made my pick. Cruel has been nothing short of phenomenal for us, and he was a huge favorite. This is what we're talking about when we have the prospect series. New guys coming in. Something that people see, they know these fighters are going to be great. We've been blessed today with a great card. Everybody's been phenomenal. Everybody's been fighting hard. That's all we ask for.
Bartolome Cruel entered 3-0 in BKFC in this co-main event middleweight fight versus Jordine. And Jordine settled into his rhythm, showed his punching power, especially from the clinch, from the pocket, and from the mid-range. 2 knockdowns to the KO win for the Englishman, Jordine.
And I talked about being in there with in the corner of Nick Terrell being in his corner. I said it doesn't mean everything, but it definitely means something. You've been around this sport, you understand, you've been in the gym where the champ is out of, where he's fighting, where he's training. It just gives you not only a level of confidence, probably a level of understanding when you get in the square circle for the first time.
You can see the pull. Bartolome Cruel absolutely devastated, taking his first loss now in 4 BKFC bouts. But Jordine just relentless volume, accuracy, and power to the finish. And a nice moment now between these two very talented fighters.
And you could tell there was a little bit of an adrenaline dump at the end of the first round. Jordine had his mouth open, he looked tired, he had to catch his second win. Luckily, he was able to do that, and once he caught that second win, man, he just pushed through and really pushed the pace the entire fight. He was bouncing around, he was ready to go.
We go to Haas right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 35 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by TKO, the Moyer Jordine.
And I know it was only one fight, but Jordine showed so much in that he could take punches, he can continue to weaponize pace, come forward. This guy, he's going to want to try and make a push very quickly for that 175-pound title.
Jordine dropping Bartolome Cruel in round number 2. The second knockdown comes in round number 3, and that produces the KO. In our co-main event of the evening, the winner by way of third-round knockout, Jordine defeats Bartolome Cruel.
Fight fans of Hollywood! Big shots and down goes Louis Lopez.
I'm gonna put this guy out in front of his hometown and they're not gonna fucking like it.
It's not what makes me think I can beat Kai Stewart, that I know I'm gonna beat Kai Stewart. It's already written. All that tough talk, the knuckles speak for him. 100% finish for him.
We'll see what kind of punishment he's willing to endure. I know which kind of punishment I'm willing to endure.
Hey, Richardson, listen, es mi momento, es mi tiempo, y eso usted me lo está aguantando.
There's the left hand and the right hand by Ward.
I don't think Jimmy thinks he'll beat me this time. I think deep inside he knows what's going to happen.
I am the best. I will keep proving that. Get ready for the beautiful destruction.
The numbers now for this, our main event of the evening, presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink. In the heavyweight division, Stanoy Tabakov versus Paul Venice.
And in a fight about range, Tabakov has the reach. He has to utilize that. He cannot let Venice get so close he can land those devastating shots.
Neil Diamond is exceedingly popular still in England. He's very popular in the U.S. still, Chris. Quadruple that in England.
I feel like every time this song comes on, you get the entire crowd cheering.
Our third time in Newcastle, our 9th time in England for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Sweet Caroline is the entrance music of Paul Venice, the Englishman from Middlesbrough.
You can hear the crowd just singing right along. They love it.
English sporting culture is phenomenal. Be it football, soccer, rugby. I've never been to cricket, but I'm assuming so, but most definitely at fights.
Sean, we need some of those soccer hooligans maybe to start showing up for these fights. What do you think?
I think that would be an easy ask, Chris. Paul Venice set for his BKFC debut. He's had 32 K1 rules bouts. Chris, your keys to victory for Paul Venice in this, our main event of the evening, are presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Well, Venice would like to turn this into a boxing match. He needs to control the distance. He doesn't want to top, stay right in the pocket, and when he gets to that position, he has to throw power shots. He's very heavy-handed. He wants to get into that position and land and get the knockout early.
You see the fight odds for our main event, presented by Kurgo, the official betting partner of BKFC. From Sofia, Bulgaria, Stanoy Tabakov enters 1-0 in BKFC. He made his debut this past March in his native Bulgaria when he defeated Petr Voronik by way of first-round knockout. Tabakov is also 5-2 in his pro MMA career. Chris, your keys to victory for Stanoy Tabakov are presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Tabakov wants to utilize that low stance so he can explode in and out. And he wants to make this a tough, rugged, dirty fight, not a boxing match. And when he gets in the position, he's got to land that powerful overhand right.
These are two relatively small heavyweights, but make no mistake, these are two extremely powerful and hard-hitting heavyweights.
Well, we saw from the last time Tabakov thought that he landed one huge overhand right, and that was all she wrote. Night over, one hitter quitter.
To get our main event started, Haas Ragu.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event of the evening. presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink in the BKFC Heavyweight Division. This bout is sanctioned by the ISKA. Your supervisor in charge, Mr. Paul Nichols. Your timekeeper at the bell, Harlow Nichols. And your 3 judges scoring ringside, Anthony Crooks, Matt Griffin, and Tim Isley. So, the officials and fighters are ready. To all in attendance here in the Walker Activity Dome, Newcastle, England, United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see some thunder! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the black and red. His official weight of 212.2 pounds. Hailing from Middlesbrough, England, United Kingdom, Paul the Menace Venice! And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the black trunks. His official weight of 212.2 pounds. Hailing from Sofia, Bulgaria, Stanoy the Cobra Tabakov. Your referee in charge is Alan Jackson.
One of Bulgaria's greatest ever MMA fighters. He's 1-0 in BKFC. Rosen Dimitrov in the corner of his fighter, his countryman, Stanoy Tabakov. The bell, round number 1. Black trunks to the Bulgarian, Stanoy Tabakov. Black and red trunks to the Englishman, Paul Venice. The crouching stance for Tabakov. And the entry. From the inside back to the outside. Long jab from Venice, lead left hook. Took himself off balance, Venice resetting. Left hand driving pressure from Tabakov. There's Tabakov using a very low stance on the entry, big right hand.
What Tabakov needs to do, push off that back foot and throw that right.
Jab not there from Venice. Crouching stance again for Tabakov. On the right hand. 1:10 remaining, round number 1 of our main event. Big left hand on the step-in from Tabakov once more. Stanoy Tabakov. S-grip, that gets the separation from referee Alan Jackson. Smart use of the clinch from Stanoy Tabakov.
When he pushes off, when he gets inside, he can either get out or he can clinch. He doesn't want to stay right there and get hit with those hard shots.
Venice, hard right hand on the turn from Venice. That was clever.
Venice having some trouble to try and understand this style. It's taking a minute.
Venice feigning with the right hand. The fighters, as you see, in the orthodox stance. Much more movement, though, from Stanoy Tabakov. 25 seconds remaining, round number 1. That will be ruled a slip by Alan Jackson. It is indeed right back to it. Tabakov just taking himself off balance on the entry right hand. Big left hook, a right hand, and that is a clean knockdown.
And there's that power difference we talked about earlier. Venice is extremely powerful. He just has to get in a position where he can land those hard shots.
Final seconds, round number 1. There is the bell.
Tabakov cannot trade punches. He's got to utilize that in and out motion. Get in, throw that right hand, either clinch or get right back out. If he sits there and trades, he's going to lose that battle. Tabakov did a fantastic job the entire round until this little period. One right hand, one left hand, and one right hand. That's all it took. If Venice can turn this into a straight boxing match, controlling the reins, staying right into the pocket, and force Tabakov to fight, it's going to be his fight. Tabakov needs to be in and out, push his opponent around, land that overhand right. You cannot just trade and make this a boxing match.
Presumably, 10-8 across the board for Paul Venice, round number 1, dropping Stamoy Tabakov, round number 2. Every step feint from Paul Venice.
You have to think that's given Venice a little bit more confidence as go in and land hard shots.
Tabakov again, lowering his stance, heavy front shoulder, staying active with the lead left hand. Much more measured, much more methodical, Paul Venice. Stiff jab from Venice. Venice, a slight cut in his left brow. That opened in round number 1. Venice overhand right, big left hand.
Venice, you can just tell, the stronger fighter pushes his opponent away like it's nothing.
Venice in and out, trying to control the range in this fight. Left hand not getting through from Stamoy Tabakov. Looping left hook from Paul Venice, off the mark. Short right hand, then another right hand from Venice. 1-2 from Stamoy Tabakov. 60 seconds remaining, round 2 of our main event. Big left hand knockdown, number 2.
Power difference. Venice has it. Just has to touch his opponent. When he lands, he hurts him.
Leaping left hook. Shades of Floyd Patterson and Roy Jones Jr. From Paul Venice. Left hand, Venice trying to reach the finish line with knockdown number 3, the second here in the second round.
You could just tell that Tabakov was still hurt. He still is hurt. If you're a Venice, you have to try and come and finish the fight right now. Be careful, be smart, but get in and land a hard shot. That should be all she will.
Venice on the feint, left hand, right hand. Knockdown number 3 here in the third round. Here's the mandatory 8 given to Stamoy Tabakov by referee Alan Jackson. 4 times now. Tabakov knocked down in this fight. 3 here in round number 2. Final seconds of the second round. We move to the third round.
And Venice was trying desperately to get in there and throw one more shot. He knew how hurt his opponent was. If he can just land one more clean shot, he knows that's going to be all she wrote. And here's that Patterson left hook you talked about. Perfectly placed. And here's the second knockdown. You can tell that Tabakov is still hurt. His legs are not all the way underneath him. Let's see if this 1 minute break, this 1 minute rest period, if Tabakov can gather himself, get his legs underneath him. He cannot just trade punches with his opponent. If so, he's going to continue to get knocked down until the referee stops it, or he can't answer the 10 count. Utilize some movement, push off that back foot, land the right hand, use some dirty boxing, do anything besides stand and make this a boxing match.
To the third round. Big left hand! And Stamoy Tabakov drops Paul Venice. He's right back in this fight.
Well, no matter what, somebody's going to get up off the canvas to win.
We talked about the massive power of these 2 relatively small heavyweights. That's on full display. 5 knockdowns now in this fight. 30 seconds gone, round number 3. Big left hand, right hand from Venice, right uppercut. Right hand, and down again goes Stamoy Tabakov.
And you can just see that power difference. Who's the stronger fighter?
This fight is over, and a huge main event win in his BKFC debut for Paul Venice.
But it didn't come without adversity. He got knocked down just before that. That was impressive both ways. I mean, Tabakov is getting mauled, getting knocked down several times, and he comes back and lands his own knockdown. What an amazing fight. What an amazing card, Sean.
6 knockdowns in our heavyweight main event. 5-1 in favor of the victor, Paul Venice. Dropping Stamoy Tabakov once in round number 1, 3 times in round number 2, then dropped by Tabakov to come off of the canvas and knock out Stamoy Tabakov for the victory. Our strike stats are presented by Fucked Up Energy Drink.
And I'm surprised how few punches were thrown and landed, but it wasn't the volume, it was the magnitude. Every punch that these guys threw and every one they landed did damage. Look at that, 5 knockdowns, unreal.
Full credit to Stanoy Tabakov, 4 times off of the canvas, dropping Paul Venice in round 3, and full credit to Paul Venice, keeping his composure off of the canvas to then finish Stanoy Tabakov in the 3rd round.
Loving that Patterson left hook. Just kept getting up. Did Tabakov. And we've had those fighters from Bulgaria, say what you will, they're tough as nails when they come to fight.
A hugely impressive bare knuckle fighting championship debut for Paul Venice. Nice moment between Stanoy Tabakov and Paul Venice. Here is Haas Ragiv.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 47 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by TKO, Paul the Menace Venice!
Venice looked extremely strong, extremely powerful, with good hands, and showed he could deal with getting knocked down and getting back up and finish his opponent immediately afterwards. Great fight.
Again, 6 total knockdowns in our main event of the evening. 5-1 in favor of Paul Venice.